Hey, how you doing there, young fella? This is it, guys. This is episode 30. I think we're going to be throwing it in the can after this. I don't think we're going to be doing another video unless I really feel like I have to. So I'm going to try to say everything that I wanted to say here. And I wanted to open by saying that this video series features my take on back to basics, right? Now, you might try this and you might go a little higher, right? I stopped at soul level 40 with plus 10. I think for what we're trying to do here, plus 10 or equivalent, so lightning plus 0, chaos plus 0, I think that is going to be a good place to stop. But of course, just like they did the matchmaking treatment for Dark Souls 3, we have to be weapon and soul level appropriate, right?
Right.
So anywhere kind of 40 to 60 with plus 10. I'm going to say 40 to 50 because beyond soul level 50, I think you're going to want to have fully upgraded stuff. You can even get away with fully upgraded stuff at soul level. I'm going to say 45 to 50. So pretty much just what I'm getting at is this is a guideline. This is a very general guideline of how you can do a character like this, right? So you might say, oh well, I want to have points into. I want to have points into a couple of points into faith, so I can cast a healing spell, or I want to have a couple points into intelligence, so that I can do whatever. You know, I could put cast magic weapon on one of my plus 10s, right?
Right.
You have the power to do that. Of course, you could take it up to soul level 50 if you wanted to put a few points. You know what? Screw the faith, screw the intelligence. We've got pyro if we want to cast. And don't put your pyro flame up past plus 10, because then you're going to be potentially getting out of your range you want, right? Screw intelligence, screw faith. Let's put those extra points into vitality, endurance. Let's put it up to, we could maybe even go 20 strength, 20 dex. That would open up things for you like I don't really actually know how to say this weapon's name, Iato, that katana at the top of Blighttown, right? Or the washing pole, or the Black Knight sword. So I've been saying this, the world is your oyster. And speaking of the world being your oyster, you're going to notice here, we're not wearing toilet paper. We have actually put on some heavy ass shit. And I said we were going to be a fat boy in the previous episode, in episode 29. And the reason for that was just because, and I don't know why I didn't think of it sooner, guys, but this could really help some of you newer players. Like, I'm talking to you, I don't mean newer players, but newer to PvP, and I'm talking to you, Kitty Daddy and Stars Forever Dwell. You guys don't have to be locked into. You guys don't have to be locked into a toilet paper build, right? You guys can put on some, you're going to end up with Havels. You're going to end up with the stone armor, because we have to go through the forest to beat Sif, right? And you want to do Ornstein and Smo so that you can warp around to your different invasion spots when one of them dries out, right? So you're going to have these heavy armors. I would also recommend you go to the blacksmith here, the giant blacksmith, pick up the giant armor, the giant dad stuff, and level that up. That has the highest, I believe, fully upgraded. That Giants +5 stuff has the highest physical defense in the game. And see, this is what I'm talking about, guys. If we had toilet paper on, and that guy's pelting us, you know, with this super heavy armor, we get super poised, right? And we can talk about poise. We can talk about how it's a crutch for people who, you know, aren't that great potentially. Well, you know, sometimes a little poise in your back pocket is gonna make the difference between you winning the fight and you not winning the fight. Plus, I wanted to point this out to you guys that you can really tank a lot of hits with this heavy ass shit on. I think I had the stone shirt on, the Havel's gauntlets, and the giant pants on. So, of course, even with Havel's ring and the FAP ring, which I would definitely recommend you using the FAP ring on this build. Health, stamina, endurance, everything you could ever need. Who wouldn't want that? Nice pancake from this guy. Maybe he'll keep doing it and we'll get a nice parry on. Of course, the side effect is going to be we are mid-rolling, which I can't stand. But look at all the defense we have. If I was wearing that crappy stuff that I was wearing in all the other episodes, it's probably going to be, you know, three hits from this guy's Zweihander if I'm lucky, and it's going to be over. So you guys who are newer to PvP, I want you to get on that FAP ring, I want you to get on that Havel's ring, and put on some of this heavy-ass shit, because this poise is very good for new players, right? A lot of defense is very good for new players. Another thing you can even do, if you're not afraid of fat rolling, and fat rolling, that's going to be a little too much for me, but if you're not afraid of fat rolling, take Havel's ring off, put on the ring of platinum protection, because that's going to be even greater defense. Now, I thought this was going to be kind of a nice end to our video series here. I ended up having a broken straight sword fight, which I'd never actually had before. And we had, this went on for so long because we actually had a normal fight first, and then the guy takes all his clothes off, puts on a broken straight sword. I didn't really even know what it was at first. I thought it was a scimitar or something, so I put on a scimitar, and then I was like, oh, wait a minute, this guy's not using a scimitar. But you're gonna come across stuff like this too, where you have people who want to get completely naked with you and, well, not completely naked. I mean, we can't be completely naked in this game. The game would never allow that. But just go and have a real duel where it's just fisting and parrying and backstabs and notice this guy with his L1s there. He's giving me these little jabs, right? So there's you know, there's all kinds of invasions you're gonna have, and fights like this take a long time because you know, we're not like straight out of the asylum or something. We got a little bit of HP, and broken straight sword does not do barely any damage at all. So yeah, if I have to sum up the character, but I will in just a moment, but like for real, guys, do yourselves a favor, submit to medium rolling just to try it out. You are going to have a better time with that, I think, than with the toilet paper. And it's not like, now we're coming back full circle, because I don't want to say like I was really recommending toilet paper, but at this soul level you're going to have to if you want to fast roll, right? So, and there are advantages to wanting to wear, to having to wear light stuff. So we've talked about this a little bit when I'm wearing all that toilet paper stuff, I gotta be sharp. I really can't afford to take a lot of hits because I just have no defense there. And eventually, you know, we don't have a whole lot of poise either. So the poise break is gonna be quite low. I mean, wolf ring, whatever, and then whatever gauntlets I have on, I usually rock like 46 poise or 49 poise, which means, and there's a breakdown for this, like, oh, I don't have it memorized, I don't know what it is, but it's like, oh, you can take 2 swings from a one-handed greatsword, or you can take 3 swings from a curved sword, or a two-handed, or it's like whatever it is, right? Like, so, but with this really heavy ass shit on, you can absolutely tank hits. When you're starting out, you are gonna tank hits. You are gonna be in a face full of trouble, especially with some of these ganks. And my advice to you, when you're just cutting your teeth on this stuff, put on some heavy ass shit. We already have it in our inventory. Just, you know, you can trade with people, you can tank some hits, you can take it in the face, you can just keep R1 spamming. Trade and R1 spam and see what happens. Because a lot of the guys that we're going to be going up against, some of them might have some heavy armor on too, but some of them, I think quite a few of them are also just going to be wearing toilet paper like we used to. So I will go back to the toilet paper, but I was having a blast wearing this heavy stuff. And I don't think I even recorded any losses with this either. If I did, this was we went till like, I had to work and then I don't work today, but like this was like 3 in the morning this morning. I was just having such a blast. Anyway, guys, I don't think I'm gonna do another video. I might do another video just to kind of, if there was any loose ends we wanted to tie up or talk about anything else, or if there was anything else you guys wanted to see, we might come back to this. This is the end of Back to Basics, guys. I'd like to thank you very much for participating in the comments in this video series. I hope you got something out of this, and I hope you are going to try Back to Basics. Thank you so much for watching, and I'll see your fine ass later.
But I'm still not done.
Alright guys, well, I kind of told you a little fib there, because we're not quite done yet. I was going to throw it in the can, and I thought, I want to be fair to the video series, and I want to be fair to you guys who have taken an interest in this video series. So, just the final word on this, I'm still having a blast with this video series. So, the video series is not going to end exactly. The video series fulfillment, that is over. My 30 video in 30 day fulfillment, that's finished. So I think we'll still come back to this from time to time, but we're not going to be doing the everyday thing. I had a plan that I kind of wanted to keep this open because I kind of want this to be our open message board, because I still want to hear about how your Back to Basics characters are coming along. And I want to know how you guys are doing, and the challenges that you're facing, and the victories that you're having and enjoying, and those little steps to greatness that we've all tasted and enjoyed. I want to know every little detail about that, guys. It is fun to invade. It is satisfying to invade. I want all the juicy little details, guys. So we're not going to throw it in the can exactly. We are going to keep her going, but just maybe at a reduced pace. So now we're back to our heavy armor again. This fight went on a bit. We got a high-speed Solaire here. I can't stress enough that this is not any kind of a cookie cutter thing here. My build here, you guys can have your creative license, take your artistic liberties, whatever you like. Maybe you're having problems with trying to gather materials. It's like, it can be a pain in the ass. Well, you don't have to upgrade like, 8 different weapons like I did. I don't know how many I've upgraded completely, but I mean not completely, but to the max of +10 or equivalent, right? So you don't have to do that. If maybe you want to start out and there was a couple of weapons that you wanted to go with, I mean, I'm gonna recommend you do a Chaos and a Lightning and a +10 and a +5 actually, just because even you guys who are new at the PvP, you guys are gonna come across these players too that are just gonna do chicken shit damage, and you're not gonna want to maybe you're not gonna want to wipe them out right away. So you want to have a good decent range where, look at this, I'm chugging right in the guy's face and the guy's just hitting the wall. That was so funny. A range is good sometimes, and just like Kitty Daddy was saying, oh, I noticed you switched off to a different weapon damage type because you weren't doing any fire damage to the guy wearing that gold hemp stuff. Paraphrasing there. And it's like, yeah, you're gonna learn these things. You're gonna watch out. You're gonna get an eye for this kind of stuff. So you're gonna be going at it with somebody and you're like, wow, this damage is terrible. I need to make a quick little menu swap here. And guys, that's gonna be a practice thing. I can't believe I missed that. Again, I am just trash with my plunging attack. So it's really when you have the build kind of almost finished that's when your learning opportunities are really going to start. But it's a long road, but I'm telling you guys, if you stick with it, you're going to have fun. You're not going to win them all. I'm going to keep saying that. I don't win them all. I've demonstrated that so many times. You're not going to win them all either. Don't get discouraged. Have fun with it. You go up, you invade somebody who's got a hornet ring who just insta-kills you. I know how discouraging that is. The guy's a dick. I mean, you know what? We've been dicks to people too, and we're gonna do it again, goddammit. It is... I'm not gonna bullshit you. It is kind of fun. Oh, by the way, did you see how I rolled onto that thing there? This is another little learning experience thing, just as an example. Sometimes you take some fall damage rolling down from there. If you roll onto that ledge and then you roll onto the floor, you won't take any fall damage. This is just little things that you're going to come across that will help you in your PvP experience, right? I gotta stop saying right. That is just ridiculous.
Right.
But anyway, guys, we're gonna wrap this up here. This is the end of the 30 episodes. This is not the end of the video series. We're gonna keep adding to this as we go along. I've got other projects that I want to get going on and get back to and all that bullshit. So I hope you guys got something out of this. I really want to know how your characters are coming along. I want to know about your wins, your losses. I want to know the works. I want you guys to tell me the whole thing. You know, we're friends. You can tell me, oh man, I had a night where I ate shit and I just couldn't stop eating shit. Well, you know, we're all here for each other, guys. I want this channel to be very, you know, supportive and all that bullshit. So tell me how it's going. Tell me what you've been doing with your characters. This is the end right here, guys. Thank you so much for watching, and keep me updated. I will see your fine ass, I don't know when it is, but in episode 31. Thanks for watching, and I'll see you later.